I assume going forward you'd like to see the team bunt better. Or?
Well, you might feel that teams across the tournament have had trouble executing some bunts, but I think that has a lot to do with how many times they're having to bunt. It's an inordinate amount of bunting that goes on in Omaha, and that has a lot to do with the ballpark. Certainly we tried some things last night. Obviously, a squeeze with Danny Pinero a couple of times and it didn't happen. Certainly that execution of moving runners through the bunt game or hit and run and things like that are things that we're going to have to do if you want to win a championship in Omaha.
What time did you have everybody out of beds this morning?
Well, we actually moved breakfast back to 11 o'clock. So by the time everybody got winded down last night, I can speak for myself, I didn't wind down until about 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm sure the players were the same. So, it's important that, at this juncture in the season that our guys get their rest, we get them off their legs. We're going to have a brief practice today, practice a little bit harder tomorrow. But this is the luxury you have when you're 2-0. You get a couple of days to regroup and get yourself ready to go for Friday.
Do you think it's a good thing that this College World Series seems to have sort of turned into a referendum on the bats, the balls, the park?
Yeah, I personally don't want to make a whole lot of it while we're playing in it because, you don't want to make excuses. Everybody's playing under the same parameters in the same situation. And, as I said, coming into this tournament, I felt like we had one of those kind of teams that was built to win here in Omaha because we can do a lot of the little things. We can really pitch and defend. And there's other teams here that can do that too. It is what it is. Certainly, I hope for the long stretch, for the years to come, that the NCAA and the powers to be seriously take a look at what needs to be done here in Omaha with the ballpark and everything involved to make our game the same that it is in the regular season. I think that's probably the frustrating thing from the coaches and things is that the game is just so different than what we're used to in the regular season.
That being said, looking back, your pitchers I think you go 13 straight innings without giving up a run last night. What is that? You talked about a week ago the depth of this pitching staff.
Right.
How impressed were you looking back at what your pitchers were able to do last night?
Well, it was they needed to do that because that's what it was going to take to win. Kirby and Lewicki needed to do what they did in Game 1. And the guys did what they needed to do last night. That's the way that you win ball games here in Omaha is, really limit the damage when other teams do have scoring opportunities and shut them down in the other innings because runs are hard to come by. And so certainly you have to, as a coach, you have to manage situations differently. That's why I went to Lewicki when I did with a 1-1 count just because I felt that they weren't going to bunt and they were going to try to do some kind of action. So
you felt that as a power pitcher the ball would get their center or what?
No, I just felt that I felt like Witt was leaving the ball up in the zone a little bit. I was concerned that maybe they were going to run and hit or hit and run, and I wanted a little different look, a little bit more velo that make it a little bit more tougher on them. And certainly when we made the switch, they put in a pinch hitter to bunt, the left-hander. So it actually ended up working in our favor.
All year, obviously Brandon with the wrist injury just struggled at the plate, but defensively, he's always been there. Defensively, it's still made him attractive to the MLB team. That's why he's still a top 10 round pick. Last night, he shows that for you. 2 plays, tracking down that one in center field, and obviously to throw to third. Just how big is his defensive presence has been for your club over these last couple of years?
Well, Brandon Downs is a tremendous center fielder. He's really talented. He could run. He's got great range. He's got a tremendous arm, and he showed it in that game last night. I thought that was the play of the game, really. If that guy's safe, they have first and third, 1 out. They probably safety squeeze. They do something to score a run, and now we're trying to, score a run to stay in the ball game. So I thought it was a huge play. It was an aggressive play on their part, and it was an aggressive play on Downs' part, and it was a key throw. And those are the kind of things that have to happen. A throw like that, a play like that, have to happen to win and advance in Omaha. the more of those kind of things are going to happen to win a national championship. It's not just based on talent or we're better. You have to have some good fortune to go your way too and make some plays.
Talk about good fortune. A couple of walk-off wins here. Is it like a team of destiny feel?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we'll see. Thomas Woodruff has scored both the winning runs in walk-off fashion. I had a pretty good feeling last night when Irving got that double and we were able to pinch run Thomas Woodruff, because what a way to win 2 ball games, and have him score the winning run.
Is Woodruff the fastest guy on the team?
No.
Why
Thomas is not nearly the fastest guy on the team. I'd say he's the best base runner we have on the bench. He's got experience. He's very detailed in his preparation. He knows what we want. So he has certainly he's not the fastest, but you only have the luxury of what you have on the bench, and he's the best option off the bench.
What can you say about who might start Friday?
It's probably going to be Josh Spores, Doug. That's what I'm leaning towards right now.
It won't hinge on the Thursday game.
No, probably not. Spores is ready. He's the guy that hasn't touched the mound yet, and so hopefully he can go out and give us a good quality start.
Do you feel like your rotation is set up really nicely here? After winning that game with the 2 days off. I mean,
yeah, I think we're in a great
forward.
position. We've had to use Artie Lewicki out of the pen to win both ball games, and that was our plan. Now we got to sit back and reassess to what we're going to do on Friday. Obviously things change if you don't win Friday, and you got to reassess to see what you do Saturday. But we're in a great position. We're in the position that we wanted to be, and we're just going to take them one at a time.